So our project was data analysis. I'm Grisella.
I'm Monica.
And I'm Justin.
So while doing our project, Justin worked with Excel, whereas Grisella and I worked in Google Sheets. We all use Google Drive to upload our work and get the raw data. The data we worked with is NeuroFFD, CSV, MNS Linear, where we focused on the CVS study. So here we have the raw data for NeuroFFD. This was our first assignment. We had to go and clean up the data. So as you can see, all the red participants that dropped, we went ahead and cleaned them up as shown here.
So this is the raw data for CSV. Like Monica said, the red here indicates all the participants that need to be dropped. So in the following, you see how we cleaned it up.
So now here for the raw data of MNS linear contrast, there's a bunch of columns with that are empty or have the same repeating thing in it. So we deleted all those and removed it. And there's also other studies like STS, Zia, ZAR, some guy named David, who knows. So then here is our next slide with the cleaned up data. And as you can see, I removed all the columns that that were blank or had repeated things, and then added the test or day one and which test it was. So now, pop quiz.
So do you guys remember what a formula and a function is?
Yeah, we're talking to you guys.
So a formula is an expression which calculates the value of a cell, whereas a function is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values in a particular order. So what do you guys think the formula for correlations would be?
So when trying to find the correlations, depending on the versions like of Excel, sometimes it can accept, as you can see, COR or CORREL. However, for Google Sheets, the formula was just equals CORREL.
So for here is the correlations for CSV. So you're gonna put the equal signs and then type in correl and then the parentheses, and then once again you drag all the way down and then you put a comma and then you go to the next column and then drag and then close the parentheses and enter. And that's your correlations, and you just do the same thing again for the other columns.
So for NeuroFFD, it's the same thing, equal sign coral, parentheses, select, drag down, comma, and then drag down, and then in parentheses, and that'll be your correlation as well.
So some of the recommendations we have for this project is one, to ask questions. Sometimes when we were unsure about something, we would ask Morgan questions to clarify any confusion we had. But if you're like me, there were times where I would literally forget what Morgan would tell me like 3 minutes ago. Also, familiarize yourself with Excel and Google Sheets. Make sure you take the time to get used to the program, especially if you're not someone who uses these often. And lastly, create a protocol for future data analysis projects. We think it would be helpful for a protocol to be made for anyone who is assigned this project in the future. That way future RAs do not keep asking Morgan for help.
So this is what we learned. Data really isn't as easy as one would think. It's very time consuming, and like make sure you don't rush through it, because when you make mistakes, sometimes it's hard to fix. And then we also learned some new tricks like count, and also freezing a column was really helpful because of all the data that was in it. The first column was with like the study, and that really helped.
So why is this important to the BGC? Data, and
Data!
So here at the VGC, our studies rely on data to have valid results in order to reach the quota for participants. With this, studies can improve over time and eventually evolve.
So thanks for listening. Hopefully you guys laughed, because it'd be awkward if it was dead silent. That's why I'm working at the front. And feel free to ask any questions. Wink. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.